Now move on from the possibility of a multi-front war to an ongoing climate war. Our next story takes a closer look at the stark reality and the contrasting hypocrisy when dealing with climate change on the global stage. Take a look.
A red carpet has been laid out in Dubai. World leaders have flown into the emirate in their private jets. They are being driven to the COP28 arena in limousines. These world leaders are talking climate. Not too far from Dubai, in Kenya, thousands are battling climate change from the front line. Recently, at least 120 people lost their lives and nearly 90,000 households were displaced due to devastating floods. This ongoing catastrophe follows the country's worst drought in 4 decades, showing the extremes of weather patterns that Kenya now faces. The counties of Tana River, Garissa, Wajir and Mandera have been the hardest hit. These floods have submerged vast amounts of farmland, drowned tens of thousands of livestock and left hundreds of thousands without homes. In response, Kenyan President William Ruto has chaired an emergency cabinet meeting, pledging millions of dollars to the affected areas, with the heavy rainfall expected to continue into 2024. These challenges are far from over. The country, responsible for less than 0.1% of global greenhouse gas emissions, is reeling under frequent climatic shocks. Without urgent adaptation measures, Kenya could face real GDP losses up to 7% by 2050. Climate change here is a matter of survival, not rhetoric. A World Bank report from 2021 pointed out that the nation is facing increasing frequency of droughts and floods. Drought cycles now occur every 2 to 3 years instead of every 5 to 10 years. To paint a picture, a severe drought from 2008 to 2011 alone affected 3.7 million people and cost over $12 billion in damages. Kenya's vulnerability to climate change is profound, and it is threatening to reverse its developmental progress. The impacts are far-reaching, affecting water resources, agriculture, health, and even its coastal regions. Agriculture, which is a lifeline for the majority of Kenya's rural poor, is in peril. The majority of Kenyan agriculture, which relies on seasonal rains, now faces a higher risk of crop failures and long-term declines due to changing precipitation patterns. Kenyan pastoralists, who provide much of the nation's milk and protein, are also in for a bleak future. Recent droughts have turned grasslands to dust, triggering conflicts over diminishing resources. More than 2.4 million livestock have perished, and over 4.2 million people suffer from acute food insecurity due to these droughts. In cities like Mombasa, water scarcity is becoming a critical issue, with the city only able to meet half its water needs, leading to rationing and dependence on private sources. Rising temperatures and shifting rainfall patterns are compounding these challenges. The cost of climate action in Kenya is estimated at $62 billion up to 2030. Yet, as the nation struggles to cope with increasing temperatures and extreme weather events, the gap between global discussions and local realities widens, and COPs become cop-outs.
WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the updates on the move.